Statements by ministries. The Minister of Citizenship, Immigration.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to speak about October being Hispanic Heritage Month here in Ontario. This month is a great opportunity for all the people of Ontario to learn about the more than 400,000 Ontarians of Hispanic and Latino origin. October is the time when this community comes together, not just with one another, but with millions of others around the world to pay tribute to their shared culture. Hispanic culture and Latin American culture have contributed so much to music and art here and around the world. Mr. Speaker, in recognizing Hispanic Heritage Month in Ontario, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my friend and colleague Christina Martins, the member from the riding of Davenport, for her tireless efforts to champion Bill 28, an act to proclaim the month of October as Hispanic Heritage Month. October is a significant month for this multifaceted community. Celebrations are held around the world, including Hispanic Day, Día de la Hispanidad, the Day of the Cultures, Día de las Culturas, and the Day of Respect for Cultural Diversity, Día del Respeto a la Diversidad Cultural, and many others. Today, this community is one of the fastest growing in Ontario. In fact, Spanish is the fourth most common language in our province, with almost 200,000 Ontarians naming it as their first language learned. Ontario's Hispanic and Latin American community hails from many Spanish-speaking countries, including Spain, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, El Salvador, and Peru, just to name a few. While members of this community have come to our province from a number of nations, each with its own distinct culture, Spanish speakers have developed a shared sense of community and have gathered in certain hubs around our province and our country. Many have an entrepreneurial spirit and have opened their own thriving businesses. The Toronto Hispanic Chamber of Commerce estimates the economic impact of Latin American businesses in the Toronto area economy alone is between 49 million and 74 million annually. Those who've maintained business ties with their countries of origins have helped to boost international trade. Ontario's two-way trade with Spain alone is more than 230 million annually. It's hard to argue with the fact that the influence of Hispanic and Latin American community has had on our province is very significant. We are fortunate indeed to be one of the primary provinces of choice in Canada for Hispanic and Latin American immigrants. Mr. Speaker, as it is the case with many of my colleagues, my own riding of York South-Weston has a thriving local Hispanic community that is contributing to our province's prosperity and growth. Over the years, I've been privileged to meet with many people whose families have been here and have contributed for generations, as well as those who are newly arrived. The Hispanic and Latin American community in my riding is very active, and I'm struck by the fierce commitment all its members share to family, to heritage, and to our province. On behalf of our government, I offer best wishes to the Hispanic and Latin American community of Ontario, and I encourage all Ontarians to take part in this month's many joyful celebrations. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.